Good morning. Slept great last night. Cool and chilly. We're into that cooling trend, so it's getting colder nights and colder days, at least for a little bit here. But today we got like 7.5 miles. We're getting to a little side junction where we can split off and go into the little lakeside town area of Roosevelt, right on Roosevelt Lake. So maybe 8 miles total, I think. Not much there as far as I know. A restaurant, which I think only opens for lunch, so we may get there a bit early. But we'll stick around for a couple hours and get a lunch and stuff before hiking out. And there's a small little general store where I can get a limited resupply. I think I only need a couple of breakfasts and a couple of dinners as I was looking ahead here for what the next stretch to a road crossing where we can get into Payson is going to be. Anyway, we'll kick today off. Mostly downhill, I think. And starting off nice and rocky as usual down this little backcountry service road. At some point here, this creek we're following is going to have water in it. I got plenty to get me all the way to Roosevelt if necessary. We're at the Cottonwood Spring. Got a little bit of flowing water. Trees are all lush and green now. Really pretty little area. Make sure I'm topped up here, I guess. There's some big tree fall here. Looks like we're crossing the stream and going up that way. I like how we're still seeing the saguaro cactus. Not done with them yet. Oh, nice little water trough there, if you had to. But we've been having plenty of opportunities at the creek, so we're good on water. First view of Roosevelt Lake today. We'll be there shortly, a few more miles. Well, here's a nice overlook view. That is about the entire extent of the little township of Roosevelt. Just consists of a little sporting, boating, right on the lake there. Somewhere in there we'll be looking for a restaurant, which opens later for lunch, and a little tiny resupply store. Well, we're just about there. Probably that blue roofed building up ahead is where I'm aiming for. I think the restaurant and the little general store is in the same building. The general store should be open at this hour. But I'm definitely hungry. I need some snacks or something to tide me over until lunch. Yeah, looks like this is the place. Something here should be open. Well, this is a neat little shed thing, so just across from the little general store restaurant. I haven't poked my head in there yet, but there's a little hiker hangout. You can power stuff with the strip on the wall there. Foods, waters and things. I'm gonna go look for food in the general store, see what I can find. Here's inside the little Resupply general store. It looks like they got enough stuff. I can get a couple of days to Payson. Here's what I'm going with for a quick breakfast. A little breakfast burrito. And lunch opens in a couple of hours still, so this is what I'll be up to. Well, I've been chilling on the back deck here at the restaurant for a couple of hours. It's now 11:30. They just opened up, so we'll go check out their menu and see what kind of lunch options we can get. Well, here's my lunch. I got a little burger with tots and a beer. Well, the burger went down good, so I think the last little treat here I'm going to get is a little ice cream dessert, and then we'll slowly be getting back on trail at some point. Well, I think we've had enough of a lunch break. It's getting on about 2:30, and I'm just getting kind of antsy to get back on trail, so I think we're kind of mostly past the heat of the day, even though we still are on that cool trend, so it's only like 75 degrees. We'll make our way back up to the trail, and then I think I'm only looking at doing like 4 miles or so. We'll get a little bit into the hills here, and somewhere's near a radio tower, I think. It's a little breezy, so hopefully it's not too crazy windy up there, but the winds are supposed to die down at sunset, so I may only have to deal with it for a little bit here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I saw anyone taking a boat out anywhere on the water. It's a beautiful day for it. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's kind of the perfect temperatures. People should be out here boating. But I think in like 2 miles or so, we get to cross a cool bridge, kind of where they set up the dam and dammed up this waterway to create the lake in the first place. Little water trough here on trail, some surface scum, but it looks clear enough. I'm gonna make sure to load up here, last water for the day. We're about 3 miles to camp, and about 8 miles ahead is a reliable-ish water cache, or 9 miles should be a flowing creek. So we'll make sure we're loaded up here and then back on trail. Well, there's the neat road bridge we're gonna be crossing in a little bit, and then it climbs up to the top of that hill, and we'll be up there near a radio tower or something, apparently. I made it up to the road. This is the start of the big road walk and across the bridge. I hope there's enough shoulder room for me. Heading that way. There's the dam that created this whole lake. We're done with the bridge walk. That wasn't so bad. We're at the Vineyard Trailhead, heading up this way. Now it's going to be really, really steep all the way up to camp. And just looking back at the bridge, you can see a hiker coming across. That must be SideQuest. I first met her in Kearney. She was in a group shot when we were having dinner at the pizza place. She's the only hiker I've seen this entire stretch from Superior to here. We had lunch together at the restaurant there in Roosevelt. Been watching the weather build since lunch. It's definitely raining in Payson, but it's staying away from over here. We'll see how it goes. I may throw the rain fly on overnight, just in case. Oh, I got a little bit of downhill in this massive uphill. It's been pretty steep. I think we're halfway to the top. About a half a mile left or so till camp. There's the marina and the bridge. The backside of the dam. Just a minute ago, 2 more F-35s came zooming through. I'm huffing and puffing, out of energy. So I whipped my camera out. I think I got a little bit of one guy on film, but the sun glare was right on the screen, so I didn't even see what I was shooting at. But I'll insert that clip here real quick of an F-35 flying past real quick. Well, there's the thing that the guides call the radio tower. Just looks like some kind of reflector panel. But just a little bit further past here, the ground flattens out and there's supposed to be some tenting options. So we'll see you there very shortly. And here we are, made it to camp. Just getting finished setting up. Could easily fit another tent here right next to me. Got the rain flock ready to go in case I need it. Side quest may be camping here with me. Not sure if she's gonna push on a little bit further or not. I'm trying to make it to Payson in like 3 days, and I think she was pushing for 2 days. But got a nice little ridge here amongst the orange flowers. So I think that's about gonna do it. I'm gonna cook up dinner here real quick. This is some of the stuff that I picked up from the little shop. They're really good little ramen bowls. And then that's about it, I think. I'll let you know if anybody else joins me for this evening. Tomorrow we got a lot more mountain climbing to do, going back up near 6,000 feet, I think. Ups and downs and ups and downs, but today's been all right. It's a nice stop in at Roosevelt Lake for lunch. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Great night last night. Good night sleeping. It's nice and calm, quiet, no wind. Didn't get rained on. Everything was just perfect. Today we're shooting for 15 miles is all we need to do. Somewhere's in there. We'll get us set up for the next stretch. I'm trying to time it kind of similar to when we came into the last town, Superior, kind of first thing in the morning. I'm trying to do the same where I get to the highway first thing in the morning and we get up to Payson first thing. So we got all day there and looking to take a zero in Payson for that next day. I think I forgot to mention, but while down in Roosevelt yesterday, I went ahead and got reservations locked in for 2 nights at the Payson Inn, so we're good to go there when we get there. But a lot of mountain climbing today, gaining some elevation, so we'll get started and get moving, take lots of breaks. There's no rush, only 15 miles. And I ended up all alone up here. I think side quest, she was moving on a couple more miles, and I may not see her because she's trying to get to Payson the day before me. Down there is the Salt River. That's all from the outflow from Roosevelt Dam. Walking across a couple of these old rock slides. It's fun watching these mountains get closer and closer this morning as we're going up there next. Well, that looks like another rain collector that would land on the tin roof thing there, and everything would flow down and fill those 2 white containers. But there's no comments about getting water access from that. So I guess in emergency you could steal from it if you had to. But we're about to hit like a dirt road crossing, and there should be a water cache right there. Made it up to the Mills Ridge trailhead. I see some water cached over there. I'll take a peek in a second. I don't think I'm going to take any though. There's Roosevelt Lake. There's down to that little rain collector. It's beautiful scenery. Trail's been pretty easy this morning. It's a little rolling ups and downs. This is probably where it starts getting hard though. But there's like a good flowing creek in like 1.5 miles. So I'm not going to take any cache water. We'll leave this for somebody who really needs it. I just noticed something neat on this kiosk here I'll point out, but this is the entire elevation profile of this stretch between Roosevelt and Highway 87, where we're getting off to hitch up to Payson. So we crossed the bridge, we did this big climb, we camped up at the top of there somewheres. Now we're kind of here, Mills Ridge Trailhead, so we got these steep climbs coming up, and then we're up on the ridge, just under 6,000 feet, and then downhill to the highway, where we can hitch out. Well, I made it down to Buckhorn Creek. I caught up with Side Quest. She's doing normal hiker trash stuff. This is all the things you guys don't see on camera usually. Just washing her hair, it's normal hiker activity. But yeah, this is the only hiker I've been around this stretch so far. We finally got Side Quest on camera for a minute. But I'm gonna take my second breakfast here, and I'm already a good chunk of my day in. I was only looking at doing 15 miles or so. So nice little place to take a break, and we'll be back on trail eventually. Done with the long rest break. I'm all loaded up on water. Looks like the next water source is where I'm intending to camp for the night, up at Shake Spring, which is like 9.5 miles from here. Looks like there might not be anything between here and there. That'll be all right. Entering the Four Peaks Wilderness, the Tonto National Forest. Kilt Lifter is my favorite of the Four Peaks beers, as a fun fact. I think we're through the steepest bits of the trail for today. We still got climbing to do, but it's a lot more gradual. A nice view of some jaggedy peaks up ahead there. And caught back up with Side Quest. She's just there right in front of me. About another 30 minutes or so, it'll be noon, and I think I'll be looking to stop for a lunch break around that time. Well, I found a nice little spot on a little ridge here. Nice little views on both sides. The trail continues up and around that way. This will make a really good spot for a lunch break. It's been mostly cloudy and a cool breeze blowing, so it's been a nice cool day. Another day or so of the colder temperatures before it starts heating back up into the 90s. I'm done with lunch, getting back on trail. A little over 5 miles till we're done with the day. The winds are starting to pick up a little bit. It's been a little gusty, similar to yesterday. They'll probably die off again after sunset. But I figure we'll get back to getting some more miles in. I can see the trail cutting a path across the mountain across the way there. And I can see Side Quest. Can you guys see her? Marching right along. Close-up view of those jaggedy peaks we saw earlier. The trail is continuing up that side there and around the corner. Wind gusts have been getting stronger over the last hour, trying to blow me off the mountain. Still nice views of Lake Roosevelt. That's a big lake down there. But these winds are keeping everything nice and cool. Same with the cloud layers. High maybe like 65, wind chills maybe 50, high 40s. It's great hiking weather. It's just almost a little too gusty. We made it to a trail junction. That way it'll get you up to the Adler Saddle. We're staying on the Four Peaks Trail though. And I just noticed down here, there's a little trickle of water flowing still. But I got water at where I'm camping, which is less than 2 miles from here, so I don't need any of this. We'll keep on pressing. Some sections today out here have just been really rocky. Well, I think I found home for the night. It's a nice little spot here. So you can squeeze a couple of tents in over there. But Shake Spring is just around the corner down there, so I'm going to go fill up on water here in a second. I'm just going to pan the camera up, as there's totally some snow up on the tops of these hills up here. And I think the elevation up there is somewhere around 7,000 or more feet. But little bits of snow still. There's the water source. Got all topped up. Met back up with SideQuest. She's going to move on. Looking to get to town by tomorrow, but I'm going to do one more night out here and roll in that next morning. So, we'll go back up to the camp and get settled in. Well, I'm all settled in. Got the rain fly on in case it rains or snows tonight. Who knows? It's cold enough. It feels like it might. Windy as well, but I think I'm reasonably protected in the trees here. So, we'll just see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to get dinner going in a little bit. It's still a little on the early side, but we're doing just fine. And we'll check back and see you all in the morning. Thanks for watching.